Well, hello and thank you for joining me from Alex on Tech and ITY TV video. I'm here at the Qualtrics event in Sydney. It's 2026 and I'm with Sam Ramjahn. He's the Director of Solutions Engineering. And Sam, we were just listening to a panel from one of your workers, Farah, talking about synthetic data and how that has really come a long way. I mean, something you only launched 9 months ago, and you know it didn't exist before. And synthetic has always been seen as something that's bad or inferior, but actually in 2026, with the growth of AI, it's delivering some incredible benefits. So please tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have definitely invested a truckload into making sure that we can surface up these insights, especially when it comes to the pivotal components of research programs.
Yeah.
And we're really there to kind of try and free up the time of researchers where they're battling maybe multiple projects. How can they use AI to really help elevate themselves, get maybe some of those projects that are taking quite a bit of time up, and use our AI models to actually help fast track their capabilities, but also use that as a great data source to help compare and contrast how their particular panels are responding to their research projects.
Now, we actually recorded that presentation from Farah, so we can actually see how that, how some of those panels are put together, how quickly you can do it, how many results you want. I mean, it's incredible the granularity you can do it all with. And then we actually also got to see how well it correlated with actual real human answers. And for the most part, the correlation was very good. We actually got to see a couple of areas where Farah warned us, well, here it's not quite right. But clearly all of that is being continuously evolved. I mean, AI is getting better and better, and you can then spend your potentially limited budget on panels that are really important as opposed to sort of just the scattergun approach.
Yep.
So it must be saving your customers a lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And money.
Absolutely. So we've seen many customers save upwards of 40 to 50% of their budget just basically by using the capability of the platform. And I think one of the things to address here is just really the speed to insight. So being able to have these research projects that typically used to take weeks down to days, and be able to kind of relay that feedback to the organization very quickly in order to make decisions a lot faster.
Yeah. Over the past 20, 30 years, 100 years, humanity's sort of been going on a exponential trajectory, but we've always sort of been down here in the exponential part. We're actually starting to get a bit here now, and like the next few years is just going to go. I mean, it's unbelievable, right? But here we are in 2026. We haven't gone parabolic, like we haven't gone to the sky yet.
Not yet.
But we're getting there, and it's exciting to see. And you've actually got extra stats and extra detail to show me. Just tell me in brief before we then go into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a large part of our platform looks at the listen, understanding, and action, right?
Yeah.
And
well, that was part of the whole mantra.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that methodology has been around for many, many years. But what we're looking to do is obviously trying to get customers to start to mature their programs, not just looking at research, looking at customer experience, looking at employee experience, and really elevating their maturity levels to actually start to use the technology to help gain faster insights, and actually tap into maybe more creative ways in order to engage their clients, their customers, their employees, and make sure they're building relevant products and services.
Yeah, well, I mean, people talk about AI delivers all this productivity. Well, it's actually tangible to a degree that really accelerates, what people are doing. And this is the year that acceleration is going to pedal to the metal on steroids.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's have a quick look at some of the marketing and consumer and employee experiences.
Yeah.
And let's go.
Absolutely. Let's go. All right. So, Alex, what we want to kind of showcase today is you mentioned that methodology of listen, understand, and act. We want to just walk you through a couple of core components that we've launched in the platform. They've been around, but we want to just kind of accentuate how just AI is being impacting the development of our platform. Firstly, you'll see here simply the capability of being able to kind of tap into social reviews. So these are super important. There's a treasure trove of insights that come from customers talking about products and services, and obviously their experience using those particular things. So what you're seeing here is the capability of us to scrape social reviews very quickly using out-of-the-box connectors that we've got built into the platform. Mm-hmm. And once again, be able to then provide these insights back to frontline managers, social review managers, and social media outlets to really kind of have the capability to understand customer sentiment and how that's been tracking over time. Even things like brand tracking as well are also super important. What we also want to be able to do is take that quant data and correlate that with the qualitative insights we're collecting as well. So you can kind of see here on the left-hand side, being able to run correlation, so understand things like Pearson's correlation coefficient, and understand how much is CSAT impacting particular drivers. We've also got the ability then to provide really clear insights as to what those drivers and how they're performing. Are they strong? Are they impactful? And then further down, you've got that qualitative insight where you've got topics and themes that have been surfaced up. Qualtrics has got pre-built topic models that are embedded into the platform that really help accentuate and fast-track that capability to extract and understand enrichment that's coming back from the open-ended responses.
Yeah.
What we also want to do is to help fast-track that capability of automating that insight. So as I mentioned before, being able to kind of have the ability to run AI to actually use our own pre-built model that's in the platform, or have the customer bring their own model that's maybe been curated for a particular type of industry before.
Yeah.
This is super important, and that gives us the flexibility for customers to get that extra out of the platform. What you see here is the capability of running that, and you can kind of see here the ability for us to put in things like the company name, what the role is of that particular individual that's analyzing the data, and even select the type of industry they're in. And this is really where some of the components of our platform, especially when it comes to the prompt engineering side of things, has been really tailored to apply the right level of context to this data source that we're collecting here. Once we've done that, we can then sort of see the outcome here of being really specific around looking at not only the social reviews, not only the surveys, but looking at contact centers as well, and all the sort of data that's been coming through off the interactions that the contact centers are having. What you see here is what we refer to as an omni-channel view, which is very much where our mature customers that are in telco, airlines, and hospitality are actually moving more towards having a really strong overview across a number of different sources, and then having the ability to apply this analytics on top of it to understand deeper for each different type of persona that could be looking at this type of data. What's important here is to look at the enrichment side of things, but also to look at how do we track this across maybe a customer journey. So you can see here we look at a particular metric like CSAT and how that is tracked over time across the different touch points that a customer may be interacting you with. We also have the ability to go multiple levels deep, in this case 3 levels, but we can go up to 5 levels deep and really kind of derive the insight from the enrichment that we're collecting here. So things like what's the effort, what's the emotion, intensity that's coming out of the responses that are coming through. Is it mixed sentiment? Is the effort there? What are the topics and themes that are being derived? And really have that capability in the platform. What we can also do is get up to a higher level, say for more of an executive to take a look at and get a deep dive and understand how do we categorize some of these sentiments? Are they positive, are they negative, are they neutral? We even look at things like effort detection, so is this a high effort interaction versus a low effort? We look at emotional intensity as well, so levels of things like frustration. All these things are super important to understand the emotion behind customer, how they're feeling across your products and services. I then want to get into a little bit more around, so we talked about that persona of a frontline manager having this sort of lens of what's happening on their products and services from a customer perspective, but as we switch gears into understanding how their employees are feeling on providing those products and services, how do we understand their sentiment as well? Qualtrics has got projects that are built in for things like engagement and life cycle for employee experience that are catered and tailored to different types of industries that are running different types of programs for that. What you see here is our ability now to apply AI into the context of understanding how do we take action a lot faster with a lot more context coming to play. What you see here is an action plan that's been developed. It's personalized, specifically looking at things like job skills and alignment. And what you can see here is our model has not only picked up this is a particular item that's scoring low in reference to things like our company overall, but also it's recommended a particular action plan for that manager to actually go and action in order to close the gap with their employees on this particular aspect. So what you see here is really a step-by-step action plan, allowing for that manager to go through the required steps, things like one-on-one meetings, things like idea boards to collect what their employees are saying about their experience on the ground, and really start to drive how do we take action a lot faster, building that center of great culture, as we all know.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay, so 3, 2. Well, Sam, that's part of the demonstration you've had it today. I mean, I've gotten some of the insights from some of the customers yesterday, and there's more customer insights tonight. I guess people just simply need to ask Qualtrics, as it says on the sign right next there to you, for a demo and for more information.
Absolutely, yep. Today we're running how-to demos every hour or every couple of hours, really walking through from a CX perspective how customers can use our platform to gather faster insights. We've got Kevin Moran walking through that. Then we've got Li Ching, who's going to walk through employee experience and talk about how we can start to bring to life a lot of the sort of personalized recommendations that we spoke about.
But for those who are not able to be here, I mean, all this is available online, but also just by contacting you, and you can come and give a personalized demo to any company that needs it. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. My team here is available, and yeah, happy to speak to any customers about it.
Sure. Well, Sam, thank you for taking the time to show me this today, and I look forward to the rest of a great conference event. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex.